Hello everyone, welcome to the video lecture series of electric circuits and networks. Today we are going to discuss about our first topic from first unit, that is study the AC responses in given type of AC circuit. Before going in detail, we will discuss some basic terms about circuits. The single phase AC circuits consist of three basic elements. One is resistance, which is denoted by capital R, inductance denoted by capital L, and capacitance denoted by capital C. We have three basic circuits such as purely resistive circuit, second one is purely inductive circuit, and third one is purely capacitive circuit. Other AC series circuits are series RL circuit, series RC circuit, and series RLC circuit. In this video, we are going to discuss these three: purely resistive, purely inductive, and purely capacitive. Let's see some basic terms. Reactance and impedance. Reactance is the opposition to the flow of current by reactive element in the AC circuit. As in case of DC circuit, resistance is the opposition to the flow of current. Similarly, in AC circuit, there is one term called as reactance, which is the opposition to the flow of current by the reactive elements in the AC circuit. These reactance are of two types. One is inductive reactance denoted by capital XL, and second one is capacitive reactance denoted by capital XC. Inductive reactance XL is the opposition to the flow of alternating current offered by an inductance. It is denoted by XL, which is expressed as omega L, where omega is the angular frequency and that is 2 pi f radian per second. So XL is equal to 2 pi FL ohm. Then capacitive reactance XC. It is the opposition to the flow of alternating current offered by an capacitance. XC is equal to 1 upon 2 pi FC, where F is the frequency of supply and C is the capacitance value in terms of farad. This is the capacitive reactance XC measured in ohm. Then third, impedance, capital Z. It is the opposition offered by combinations of R, L and C to the flow of alternating current. This is the opposition offered by a circuit to the flow of alternating current, and it is the combination of R, L and C. Z in standard form represented as R plus Jx in a rectangular form and mod of Z at an angle of phi in polar form. Unit is ohm, where mod of Z is equal to under root of R square plus X square and phi is equal to tan inverse of X upon R. The figure in the corner indicates the impedance triangle. Impedance triangle is the graphical way of relating resistance S, inductive reactance XL and the impedance Z. This horizontal line indicates the resistance capital R, vertical line indicates inductive reactance XL and this line joining these two indicates the impedance Z, and this is the phase angle phi. This is known as impedance triangle. The electrical powers in AC circuit. Power is nothing but capacity to do work. So electric power is the capacity to do an electrical work. There are three types of power. One is active power, which is also called as real power and true power, denoted by capital P. Second one is reactive or imaginary power, denoted by capital Q. And third one is apparent power and total power, denoted by capital S. Let's see one by one. Active power. It is the average power taken by or consumed by an AC circuit. Its unit is watt or kilowatt. 1 kilowatt equal to 1000 watt. This P can be expressed in the form of equation VI cos phi, where V is the RMS value of voltage, I is the RMS value of current, and cos phi is the power factor, and unit is watt. This is the active power. This also called as real power or true power or useful power, which is actually consumed in the circuit. The next one is reactive power, denoted by capital Q. It is the product of voltage, current and sine of the angle between voltage and current of an AC circuit. That is Q is equal to VI sin phi, where V is the RMS value of voltage, I is the RMS value of current, and this is sin phi. Phi is the phase angle. Its unit is VAR or kVAR, means volt ampere reactive or kilovolt ampere reactive. Then third one is apparent power, capital S. It is the total power of an AC circuit and it is the product of RMS value of voltage and current. That is S is equal to V into I. Its unit is volt ampere or kilovolt ampere, denoted by capital VA or kVA. The figure in the corner indicates the power triangle. Power triangle is the graphical way of relating real power, reactive power and apparent power. This horizontal line indicates real power on the real axis. Q is the reactive power or imaginary power, so expressed in vertical axis, that is reactive power, and this line joining two is the total power, also called as apparent power. And this is the angle theta, is nothing but phase angle between voltage and current. Next is the power factor, cos phi. It is the cosine of the angle between voltage and current. Also, cos phi or power factor is the ratio of true power to the apparent power or resistance to the impedance of the circuit. The cos phi, the value of cos phi varies between 0 and 1. It may be lead, lag or unity according to the type of circuit. The power factor of purely resistive circuit is unity. The power factor of inductive circuit is always lagging in nature, and the power factor of capacitive circuit is always leading in nature. Let's see comparison between three basic AC circuits, that is purely resistive circuit, purely capacitive circuit and purely inductive circuit, one by one. This table shows the comparison among three. First parameter is circuit diagram. In purely resistive circuit, there is only resistor present in the circuit across a applied voltage small v and current I. Similarly, in purely inductive AC circuit, only inductor is present across the supply voltage, and in purely capacitive AC circuit, only capacitor is present. Let's write voltage and current equation. As voltage source is same in all these three, so small v equals to Vm sin of omega t, here also Vm sin of omega t, here also Vm sin of omega t. In purely resistive AC circuit, I is expressed as Im sin of omega t. In purely inductive circuit, I is equal to Im sin of omega t minus pi by 2. Pi by 2 means 90 degrees, so minus 90 degree. And in purely capacitive AC circuit, I is expressed as Im sin of omega t plus pi by 2. If we compare this equation, voltage and current equations, in purely resistive AC circuit, the phase angle between voltage and current is 0, so phi is equal to 0. In purely inductive AC circuit, the voltage and current, if we compare these equations, we get the phase difference as minus pi by 2. This minus pi by 2. In purely capacitive circuit, the phase difference is plus pi by 2. There is a phase shift or phase difference between voltage and current. From this phase difference, we can say the phase relationship between voltage and current. In purely resistive AC circuit, as the phi is 0, phase angle is 0 or phase difference is 0, so we can say voltage and current are in phase with each other. In purely inductive AC circuit, phi is equal to minus pi by 2, minus indicates lagging, so current lags voltage by pi by 2 or 90 degree. That is, current lags behind voltage by pi by 2 or 90 degree. In purely capacitive AC circuit, phase difference is plus pi by 2, plus indicates lead, so current leads voltage by pi by 2 or 90 degree. Let's draw waveform. In purely resistive circuit, as voltage and current are in phase, so these waveforms start at the same point, attains their maximum value at the same time instant, then again achieve their zero value at the same instant, then again negative maximum at the same instant, and again zero at the same instant. That means voltage and current are in phase with each other. In purely inductive circuit, the current lags behind voltage by 90 degree, so current start 90 degree late to the voltage. This is the voltage waveform 0, pi and 2 pi. Between 0 to pi there is an instant pi by 2 from where current actually starts. So it is late by 90 degree, so its cycle also completed late by pi by 2 or 90 degree. Hence, in purely inductive circuit, current lags voltage by 90 degree. In purely capacitive circuit, current leads voltage by 90 degree. So, it should be drawn before voltage. This is the starting point of a voltage, but current is started already 90 degrees before than the voltage. So, current leads voltage by 90 degree. Then, drawing the phasor diagrams for each of the circuit. For purely resistive circuit, as voltage and current are in phase, the voltage in all these three are same, so taking it as a reference, V is the reference, here V is the reference, here V is the reference. In purely resistive circuit, current and voltage are in phase, so current are drawn on the same line with less magnitude, as the current magnitude is less than voltage magnitude. So length of a current vector is lesser than the voltage vector. In purely inductive circuit, current is lagging by 90 degree, as the phasors are rotate in anticlockwise direction, as the phasor is rotate in anticlockwise direction. So when voltage phasor rotate anticlockwise direction, current phasor also rotate in anticlockwise direction, and current always lag behind voltage by 90 degree. That means current follows voltage with the phase difference of 90 degrees. So it should be drawn vertically downward. This is the 90 degree phase difference, and current is following the voltage in anticlockwise direction. In purely capacitive circuit, voltage vector is a reference and current leads voltage by 90 degree. So current should be drawn vertically upward, so that when they are rotating in anticlockwise direction, current vector always leads voltage vector by 90 degree. Then let's find impedance of AC circuit. Generally, impedance expressed as R plus jX. In purely resistive circuit, R is present but X is absent, so X is equal to 0. So Z is equal to R plus J0. Hence, Z is equal to R. It can be written in polar form as Z is equal to R at an angle of 0 degree. In case of purely inductive circuit, R is absent but X is present, that is XL, inductive reactance. So Z is equal to 0 plus JXL. So Z is equal to JXL, which can be written in polar form as Z is equal to XL at an angle of 90 degrees. In purely capacitive circuit, R is absent but X is present, capacitive reactance is present, so Z is equal to 0 minus JXC and Z is equal to minus JXC, which can be written in polar form as Z is equal to XC at an angle of 90 degrees. These are the impedances of these three basic circuits. Then powers in each circuit. The next parameter is powers in AC circuit, that are active power, reactive power and apparent power. In purely resistive AC circuit, we know P is equal to VI cos phi. In purely resistive AC circuit, phi is equal to 0, so cos of phi will be 1, so VI into 1 equals to VI. So active power equals to VI. And Q equals to VI sin phi. Phi is 0, so sin phi will be 0 and whole product will be 0. So Q is equal to 0 and S is equal to, as it is, V into I. So active power is equal to apparent power in purely resistive AC circuit. Now, in purely inductive AC circuit, P is equal to VI cos phi. Phi is 90 degree, so cos of 90 is 0, so whole product will be 0, and active power is equal to 0. Q is equal to VI sin phi. Sin 90 is 1, so Q is equal to V into I. S is equal to VI as it is, so active power is 0, so reactive power is nothing but the total power, that is apparent power S. So Q is equal to S. In purely capacitive AC circuit, power P is equal to VI cos phi. Here phi also minus 90 degree, so cos of minus 90 is again 0. So P is equal to VI into 0, whole product will be 0 is equal to P is equal to 0. Q is equal to VI sin phi. Sin 90 is 1. Sin of minus 90 is minus 1. So Q is equal to VI into minus 1 is equal to minus VI. And apparent power S is equal to V into I. So reactive power is nothing but total power of the circuit, that is apparent power. Then power factor of the circuit. Power factor is nothing but cos phi. In purely resistive AC circuit, phi is 0. So cos phi is equal to cos of 0 is equal to 1. So power factor of the circuit will be unity because voltage and current are in phase. In purely inductive AC circuit, phi is 90 degree. So cos of phi is equal to cos of 90. So power factor is 0. Power factor is 0, and due to inductive nature, the power factor is lag in nature. In purely capacitive AC circuit, phi is equal to minus 90, so cos of minus 90 again 0, so power factor is 0, but lead in nature due to capacitance. This is all about the three basic AC circuits that are purely resistive, purely inductive, and purely capacitive. Let's solve some numericals. First numerical is calculate reactance of pure inductive circuit if L is equal to 10 millihenry and the frequency is 100 Hz. First we will write the given data. Purely inductive circuit is given the value of L inductance 10 millihenry, milli means 10 power minus 3, and frequency is given as 100 Hz. The circuit will be as shown in picture. There is only one, that is purely inductive circuit across purely inductance across a applied voltage V. Here we have to find the XL, that is inductive reactance. Let's calculate inductive reactance. We have XL is equal to 2 pi FL, which is equal to 2 pi into 50 into 10 into 10 power minus 3. Putting values of F and L, we get the value of XL 6.28 ohm. So XL is equal to 6.28. This is the required value of inductive reactance. The next numerical, the calculate reactance of pure capacitive circuit if the capacitance value is 10 microfarad and frequency is 100 Hz. Given data, it is given that it is a purely capacitive circuit. So drawing purely capacitive circuit with capacitance value 10 microfarad across a voltage V having frequency 100 Hz. Capacitance value is given 10 microfarad and frequency is given 100 Hz. We have to find XC. Let's calculate XC, capacitive reactance. We have XC is equal to 1 upon 2 pi FC. Putting values of frequency and capacitance, we get 1 upon 2 pi into 50 into 10 into 10 power minus 6. This is 10 power minus 6 due to micro. Micro means 10 power minus 6. So we get the values of 159.15 ohm. So the required value of XC for this numerical is 159.15 ohm. These are the simple numericals based on the learned topics. Remaining topics will be covered in the next videos. Till then, stay tuned, keep learning.